So you might notice that I've changed my clothes. I'm in a different place. Um, if you've got my email, you've noticed or you'll remember that I had issues uploading my other video. So I am going to record a new one here. So just bear with me as I try to go for memory what it is I talked about. But um, I've watched that video a couple of times now. And each time I watch it, I am blown away. I am amazed at just the process. You know what Jesus went through. Um, that it was a spectacle. That it was a major celebration. And you know we have our kids reenact that entry scene, that triumphal entry. Um, a lot of churches do that on Palm Sunday, and you know the kids do a great job. Don't get me wrong, but how that was presented, how that was shown, was a different level, and it just really connected with me the magnitude of what it is that he was doing, of what Jesus was doing. He, of course, knew, um, and the disciples, the crowd that was with him, they knew the moment that they walked out to the city walls. And the Pharisees, those three priests who came and tried to stop them, they obviously knew what he was doing, what he was proclaiming, what he was saying. They referenced the prophecy in Zechariah where it says the Messiah would come riding in Jerusalem on a donkey. So they knew that that's what he was saying. And they tried to stop him. They tried to prevent him from coming in to save his life. And I have to chuckle when I hear those Pharisees say, and I don't remember the exact quote, but if you value your life, you will turn around and leave. And little did they know that he valued his life more than anything else, and that nothing was going to stop him. And so, and then just the all of the palm branches and the laying of the cloaks. And again, we can't really know exactly what it is that it looked like because we don't have pictures and videos and stuff like that. But just the volume, the level of volume that was going on, and how there were all kinds of people that were turning out. And what's interesting to me, if you've watched the Chosen series, you kind of know who some of those disciples are in there. Um, One of them who was extremely excited about Jesus being the Messiah was in fact Judas, and I imagine that was true. Like he didn't know his part yet. He didn't know what it is he was doing, so he's excited. He is thrilled that, along with all the other disciples, at what they are experiencing, that they are with the Messiah, and that people now are publicly declaring it. Jesus is publicly declaring it again. I'm sorry, and and yet uh, Jesus continues. He knows what it is that is coming, and it also strikes me when he pauses and he sees the blood kind of streaming down the wall there, and that's a little foreshadowing because we know that the end of the story, right? But we don't. That might not have happened, probably not. But it's it helps us to understand that human side of Jesus, that he's probably a little scared. I mean, he knows what's coming. He knows how this all ends. And yes, now is Palm Sunday is an incredibly joyous moment. It's an incredibly joyous time of celebration. coming into Jerusalem for the Passover, which is a big deal for the Jewish people, still is today. And and yet he continues. Jesus continues, and that it shouldn't shock me, but a little bit. There's a little bit of it that does. That he did it anyway. He knew it was coming. He and he chose to do it anyway. And so I just want us to really think about that today and this week as we kick off Holy Week. That we can put our focus in the right spot, that it can be on Jesus. And as we get closer to Maundy, Thursday, to Good Friday, to Easter Sunday, and all of the ups and downs that go with it, I hope that we can keep our focus on Jesus, that we don't get caught up in anything else that's going on, that the world is trying to tell us. If we're being honest, the world is a mess right now. There's all kinds of fighting and wars and disagreements and silly stuff happening. And Jesus came for all that. He came to be with us. He came to show us the right way to live. And I would just hope and encourage us to do that. And so, as we go through this week, as you go through this week, I really want you to reflect on Jesus. And hopefully that video can help you a little bit in getting your mind right and getting ready for what's going to happen. If you have Amazon Prime, you're able to watch that episode, season 5, episode 1. There's more before and there's a lot more after that scene that I think really just draws it all together as well. So I would, I would encourage you to watch it if you're able to. But just pay attention to Jesus. Pay attention to him this week and what it is that he is doing. And I've said before that this is an amazing week. This is the most powerful week of the year, and I hope that you can experience that as well. So happy Palm Sunday, and keep your eyes on Jesus.